Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I want to give you 5 things about a narcissist that you may not know. Number 1, a narcissist is never happy, never satisfied. No matter who they're with or what they have, they're never ever completely satisfied. Why is that? Because inside they're unhappy. They always feel this emptiness inside them because maybe they were validated as a child, or they were over-validated. So they never ever felt like they were a complete person. They're basically a damaged person. Their ego is damaged. This is why they need constant praise. This is why they need constant validation from other people. Another thing about a narcissist is whether you're dealing with a covert narcissist, they're not able to communicate directly. They're passive aggressive. So a narcissist, unless you're dealing with an overt narcissist or a grandiose narcissist, the covert narcissist will never ever, tell you what's wrong. They don't tell you what's wrong. A lot of times they'll yes you to death and say, okay, I don't have a problem. And then they'll be plotting, to try to seek revenge if you cause a narcissistic injury against them, okay? The other thing you need to understand with a narcissist is that when it comes to narcissists, it's never really over with a narcissist because they can't handle being abandoned and they can't handle somebody causing a narcissistic injury. And this is why narcissists, a lot of the time, will always seek revenge, okay? They're going to try to get back at you because their ego is so fragile that if you criticize, judge them, expose them, or any of those things, they're going to want to try to hurt you. And sometimes they don't hurt you right away. They can hurt you in time. It could be months down the road, years down the road. And how do they hurt you? They could hurt you a lot of different ways. They could hurt you financially. They could try to bankrupt you. They could hurt you by smearing you to other people so other people don't want to be around you. So narcissists, all right, they never ever forget what you've done wrong to them. The other thing that you'll notice when you deal with a narcissist is that you can never ever resolve conflict with them because they will never take accountability. They will never own when they do something wrong. It's always somebody else's fault, and they'll always try to flip the blame on the other person, okay? Because they can't deal with that shame. So you're going to exhaust yourself trying to explain yourself to somebody who's basically not going to listen to you. These people don't listen to you. They don't want to listen to you. Even if you're speaking the truth, they don't want to acknowledge it because then, number one, it validates you and makes you correct. And it invalidates them and causes them again to feel shame. So trying to resolve conflict with a narcissist is futile, okay? Don't even waste your breath because they will never, ever own it. The other thing you need to know about narcissists is that you'll never get closure from them. Towards the end of a relationship, a narcissist is never, ever going to come back at you and say, oh, I'm sorry, or I did this, or anything like that. What a narcissist is going to do is they're basically going to blame you for why the relationship ended. Okay, you caused them to, for example, cheat on them. You caused them to lie, because they can't be honest with you because you always get angry. All right, they love to say that you get angry anytime you try to, confront them with the fact that they should be accountable for something. So all of a sudden they got to flip it and, a lot of times use the mental card. This is what covert narcissists do all the time and say, oh, you have anger issues, or they'll attack your character. This is what they'll do, but they will never give you closure. When a narcissist discards you, 9 times out of 10, it's because they have somebody already. So they're not going to come to you and tell you, oh, I found somebody else, or, oh, I was talking to somebody else when I was with you. They're not going to do that. A narcissist is a basic coward. So they're going to discard you either by, They'll stop calling you. They'll block you because maybe they don't want the new supply to know you're around if you ever try calling them, or they'll never, ever, be transparent with you and tell you, things they didn't like about you or why the relationship broke up. They're not going to be honest with you. And the reason they're not honest is for two reasons. One, they don't want to take accountability and shame that they did anything wrong for the relationship breaking up. That's a big one, okay? And they also don't want to give you closure because they like to leave the door open so that they can come back, all right? A lot of times narcissists will try you. And people say to me, well, why would they smear me and then all of a sudden come back? Because they're hoping that you forgot about it. They're not going to bring it up when they come back. They're going to try to start off, fresh and make like nothing ever happened. And the only reason they're doing that is because they need you, okay? Narcissists come back when they need you, not because, they ever wanted you for anything, because they're users. They're basic users. They're basic opportunists. And, they're not about love, because if they really cared about you, they would never take a chance of losing you. Understand that when you're dealing with a narcissist, all right? So they'll bounce in and out of your life. They won't give you closure. They'll always leave that seed of doubt in your mind. But your closure is going to be the fact that they were toxic and they couldn't be transparent with you. Or, they gaslit you, or they played mind games. You have to realize yourself that you're dealing with a toxic person. They're not going to own it. And you have to just walk away from it and just say, you know what? I'm never going to get any closure from this person. They're never going to be transparent with it. They're never going to own it. I need to get away from somebody like this because this is someone who doesn't speak the truth. Another fact about narcissists you guys may not know is narcissists want to be around for the good times, but not the bad times. And that's why when you get sick, a narcissist doesn't want to be around, or they'll disdain you for the fact that you're sick and they have to, change their lives. They can't come and go and do things like they used to. They have to, you try to accommodate you if you're sick. You're basically an inconvenience to the narcissist. So narcissists don't want to be around anybody where it causes them to have to sacrifice. Narcissists don't want to sacrifice. That's why a lot of times narcissists abandon their children. They don't want to deal with the work of a child. They don't want to deal with having to, spend time with a child, do things that a child likes to do, go to a playground. They can't do what they want. So, or rather take a sick child to a doctor. They don't want to do things where they have to sacrifice. And if you go to a narcissist and, you're telling them about a problem that you're having, or you're looking for some kind of emotional support from a narcissist, they don't want you to bother them. Matter of fact, a lot of them will get very angry at you for even coming to them and trying to get emotional support from them because they don't want to hear it. They don't want to be burdened with your problems. It inconveniences them. It causes them unhappiness. See, a narcissist is a basic unhappy person, so they don't even want to hear about anybody's problems and much less have to help anybody, okay? That's not fun to a narcissist. Another fact about narcissists that you need to know is, this is a big one, narcissists get bored. They get bored with everything, okay? They don't know how to appreciate what they have. So they hate the mundane, everyday life, going to work, coming home, watching TV, just spending time with one person. They need excitement. And that's why they love social media, because it gives them a thrill. It gives that, see, narcissists love to deceive. So they love the feeling of deceiving you, talking to other people in inbox, on Facebook Messenger or Instagram. It gives them a rush. It's a certain kind of excitement. That's why a lot of narcissists, when they cheat, it's not necessarily so much the act of cheating, but they love the deception because it makes them feel superior. They know something that you don't know. They're getting over on you. So it makes them feel like they're better than you because, they're slicker, they're smarter, you're naive. It gives them an ego rush knowing that they're, deceiving you, okay? Because they have such fragile egos. And the one thing that will crush a narcissist is to ever think that you ever got over on them. For instance, you did something that they didn't know. If you ever saw a narcissist find out something that you kept a secret, they will go off. They will get so angry if you ever kept anything from them, because a narcissist wants to know everything that's going on in your life. The only time a narcissist doesn't care about what's going on in your life is if they're so busy with other supply and things are going so well for them, they're not going to care where you are or what you're doing, because you are no longer a concern for them. They could care less. Some narcissists, when they really have things going on the outside, they don't care if you even stayed out all night. They don't care. They're just concerned with themselves. Another fact about narcissists is they have double standards, okay? In other words, if you've dealt with enough narcissists, you're going to see that they could do whatever they want, but you better not do it, okay? So they're not fair. They're not impartial. They're not a team player, okay? Instead, they want to be a dictator. They want to call the shots. They want to do whatever they want to do. And a lot of times these narcissists are even going to tell you, nobody tells me what to do, okay? I had a few clients that they were dealing with narcissists that were telling them, well, nobody tells me what to do, or this or that. Well, you know what? If nobody tells you what to do, then you shouldn't be in a fucking relationship, because you've got to compromise yourself when you're in a relationship. You can't always do everything that you want to do. And that's the give and take of being in a relationship. So if somebody says to you, well, nobody's going to tell me what to do, then ding, ding, this is somebody that can't be in a relationship, because they will never respect your boundaries. Okay. So if you want to be in a relationship with them, expect that they're going to do whatever they want, and you're just going to have to put up with that. All right. And you deserve better than that. Another fact about a narcissist, and this is the biggest one, is that they don't change, you guys. Narcissists don't change. I have yet to see a narcissist change. Okay. And I've dealt with them my whole life. So that's somebody's basic character. That's somebody's basic nature. This is, their pattern of how they live their life. And it's very hard for somebody to break that pattern. In other words, if somebody's always been a liar, they're not all of a sudden not going to become a liar anymore. If somebody manipulates all the time, this is how they operate. This is how they survive. This is their survival mode. And there's nothing that you're going to do to change that. Okay? So narcissists will never change. You have to accept them for who they are. This is who they are. They're a liar. They're a deceiver. You're not dealing with someone who speaks the truth. They've got a gaslight. They're not upfront. You can't resolve conflict with them because they can't own anything. So, your hopes of, sitting there thinking that they're going to change is never going to happen. And that's why you have to kind of fly the flag and abandon the boat, because otherwise you're just going to waste your life on hopes that this person is going to change. Or a lot of people hope that they'll turn back to the way they were in the beginning of the relationship. And that never happens either, because that's not truly who they were. Who they were was at the end of the relationship, or when you get into the deep of the relationship, because now they don't care. Now their guard is down. Now their mask is off. And this is how they truly feel and how they truly act. All right. Again, everybody's nice in the beginning. So they have double standards. It's not like, I won't do this if you don't do this. No, they could do what they want and you better not. And they'll never, ever change. Okay? So those are some facts about narcissists. And I feel like I went over 5 of the facts. Okay? There was one other thing that I wanted to bring up that I'm looking on my notes here about facts about narcissists. Oh, okay. This is a big one, you guys. When you're dealing with a narcissist, narcissists expect you to make them happy, okay? Your whole sole purpose is to make the narcissist happy. Not that they should make you happy. The only time they'll make you happy is when they're after something that you have. So when you don't make a narcissist happy, in other words, when you tell them about things that have to be done, okay? Maybe it's things that have to be done for the children, or things that have to be done around the house. Or you talk about financial problems, or you talk about things, in the bedroom that you're not being satisfied, or any of this kind of thing. Narcissists don't want to hear it because your sole purpose is to please them. And when you don't please them, that's when they have a great disdain for you, okay? That's when a narcissist really grows to hate you, because a narcissist has a preconceived notion when they meet you that you're supposed to fill that happiness for them. And when they see that that's not happening, they're going to grow to hate you. See, a narcissist is in a constant search to fill up that emptiness inside them. And nobody could fill that emptiness inside them. The only way they could help themselves is to be able to self-reflect and realize that, they are enough. They don't have to keep searching to try to make themselves enough. But they don't even want to think about the fact that they aren't enough, because that is how subconsciously fragile that ego is. And lastly, you guys, narcissists don't know how to love, okay? When you deal with a narcissist, you're dealing with an emotionally unavailable person. This person can't be vulnerable. They can't open themselves up. So people that can't be completely vulnerable and open themselves up can never, ever love somebody else, all right? All right. Maybe they grew up in a home where they never saw love. Maybe one parent never showed the other parent love, or they don't know what love is. Okay. So how are you going to expect this person to love you if they don't know what love is? Okay. And that's the problem when you deal with a narcissist. And that's why I always say, go look back at their childhood and their family and see, did they come from a loving family, or did they come from a home of trauma? Or even if they were the entitled child, they never had boundaries, because, boundaries, when you give a child boundaries, you're actually showing them love, because, you're teaching them how to deal with being in the world. And when they don't have boundaries, they just feel they could do whatever they want, and they're never, ever fulfilled or satisfied. So these are just a couple of things or facts about narcissists that you should be aware about. And one other thing about a narcissist that you guys have to be aware of, a narcissist always has secrets that you don't know, okay? They always have secrets. They're either talking to other people, that's the flying monkeys. They could be having situationships on the side. This is how narcissists that are in long-term relationships or married survive. They're not 100% committed to that person. They always have something else going on the side. Not every single narcissist cheats, but they may have other things going on the side, okay? In other words, they may have certain dealings with people. They may meet up with people. They hide money. They do things in a sneaky way because they don't trust. And this brings me to another factor about narcissists that you should always know. Narcissists just don't trust anybody. Even from the onset, a narcissist trusts nobody, okay? Because you're dealing with a wounded individual that's been hurt, and so they will never, ever trust you. And this is why they can never be in a healthy relationship, because in order to be in a healthy relationship, you got to let your guard down and trust the other person. But a narcissist, they will never, ever trust you. That's why they do what they do, to protect themselves. Okay, like they may, always have somebody on the side because they're afraid you're going to cheat on them. They may hide money because they're afraid you're going to screw them over money-wise. So, they're sneaky and they don't trust. And this is why, you can never, ever be 100% in an exclusive relationship with a narcissist. They always have other things going on the outside, and especially covert narcissists will never, ever let you know what they're doing, okay? Covert narcissists are the greatest, chameleons. They're the greatest to try to fool you and make you think they're all committed and into you. And meanwhile, they're talking to other people. They have other things going on. They're meeting up with other people. They're doing things with other people. They're talking in inbox with other people, and you will never, ever know about it unless you catch them, okay? And a lot of these narcissists, they get caught either by their phone or somebody comes back and tells you what they're doing, all right? But what's in the dark always comes into the light. The problem is sometimes this doesn't happen till later on in life. And this is the biggest, crime of it, that people waste their lives with somebody thinking that they're with a committed person only to find out later on, Okay, what's in the darkness always comes into the light. Later on, they get exposed. They either, say something that kind of exposes them. They maybe they keep bringing up somebody's name all the time. They say, "Oh, this is my friend from work," and they're always mentioning a name. See, this is a big, red flag. When a narcissist keeps bringing up somebody's name, they're either, having something to do with them. It could be something sexually or having a situationship with them, or they really, really like that person and they can't help themselves. And this is how narcissists expose themselves and get caught, because they can't help themselves from bringing them up. See, narcissists, all you have to do with a narcissist is listen to what comes out of their mouths. You have to, stop talking and let the narcissist talk more, and let them, destroy themselves by telling you what's on their mind. And when you sit there and you play naive and you play dumb, the narcissist lets their guard down and actually tells you indirectly what they're doing. And a lot of times they do it in third person. They'll triangulate and they'll say something like, "Yeah, my friend, Tony, he's cheating on his wife and everything like that, and she doesn't even have a clue or anything like that." And meanwhile, it's the narcissist that's cheating, but they say it's their friend. Or it could be the other way around. If it's the wife, she could say, her girlfriend is cheating, and meanwhile it's her who's cheating. So if you listen carefully, and if a narcissist keeps bringing up somebody's name, that is a red flag that they're fixated on this person. And there's a reason they're fixated on this person, because they obviously really, really like this person. And they can't come out and tell you, "Oh, I really like this person," or "I want to get with this person," or "I'm having something to do with this person." But instead, they'll keep mentioning that name, okay? And that's God's way of telling you something's up there. And this is how narcissists get caught, all right? Because when people take it to the next level and they investigate who that person is, a lot of times they find out that they have something to do with that person, okay? This is how people get busted, all right? This is one of the ways. So, that's another fact when dealing with a narcissist. Now, I'm going to put one last thing on here, you guys. Understand this. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you're dealing with basically a demon. You're dealing with somebody who has no morals and values. You're dealing with somebody who has a fractured soul, who doesn't do the right thing, who doesn't speak the truth. You're basically dealing with a reprobate, all right? And if you understand anything about that, these are people that have no principles, that follow no laws. They don't follow divine law. So they're going to do whatever they want to do. And so how are you going to ever expect somebody who has no morals and values to ever respect you? They won't, because they don't even respect, God. They don't respect anything. They don't respect any kind of laws or values. That's why I say narcissists have criminal minds. They have devious minds that, they're concerned with the material things. If they can get over and get away with it, they'll do it. They don't care that it's the wrong thing to rob somebody or to hurt somebody's feelings, or to steal, or to cheat, or to, in some cases, to kill, if you're dealing with a very dangerous, malignant narcissist, all right? So narcissists have no values and morals, and this is somebody that you want to be in a relationship with, because they will never respect you, and you're going to be beating your head against the wall, trying to explain yourself to them, and they just don't care. They just basically don't care. So the bottom line is, don't keep people in your life that don't care about you, okay? That won't sacrifice for you, that aren't kind and understanding. A narcissist is not kind and understanding. They're only kind and understanding when they want something, or in the beginning of the relationship, or if they're trying to hoover back in to get you back because they want something out of you, okay? And it's not always, sex and money. It could just be ego. They want to know that they got you in their pocket and that, you're there, that they could fall back on, all right? So a narcissist can never love. They're a reprobate. They're a basic demon. They don't do what's right. They're not about doing the right thing. They're not righteous people, all right? These are the people that you have to distance yourself in this world. See, this is why people get taken by a narcissist, because you look at other human beings and you feel like, well, if you just explain yourself, maybe they'll see it from my point of view and they'll see that it's not right and everything. They don't care. They have no morals and values. Understand this. You're dealing with a basic reprobate that has, that doesn't follow any principles. So these type of people that are in this world, you have to distance yourself from them because they will destroy you. They will steal your soul, steal your life, steal your happiness, steal your money, steal your children, and make you miserable, cause you anxiety, cause you depression. They will ruin you as a person. They will bring you down, okay? And one last thing that I want to bring up about a fact about a narcissist is that in order for a narcissist to, survive, they have to put you down in order to lift themselves up. They can never look at you as an equal. They always have to be above you and superior. That's why narcissists are always trying to tell you how to do something. Oh, why do you do this? Or this is this. It's your fault. Everything is your fault. Or you don't know what you're doing. Or you should be lucky to have somebody like me. Okay? They're proud. They're haughty. They're not humble people. And, when you're dealing with somebody like that, basically, you're just dealing with a dictator. You're dealing with a dictator that wants to do whatever they want to do and want to control you in what you do, okay? And that's horrible to live with somebody like that because you will not have your freedom. You will not be respected. They will walk all over you and they will use you till they've used you, till they can't use you anymore, and they may leave you for somebody else. And if they don't leave you, they'll be doing something on the side and just keeping you as a safety net. All right. So they are horrible, miserable people that will destroy you, destroy your self-esteem, affect your health. And this is why you need to distance yourself and get away from these people. And if you can't get away from them, you gray rock them and have minimal contact with them. All right. So these are just a couple of basic facts I wanted to give you guys, about my experience and what I know about facts about narcissists to kind of clarify why narcissists do what they do, okay? Understand they do what they do because you're dealing with an insecure person that's very jealous and envious, all right? It's like in the Bible with Cain and Abel, where Cain was increasingly jealous of Abel, okay? Because he felt that God, favored Abel, so he had to kill him, all right? Basic narcissistic tendencies from back in the beginning of time, all right? And that's what a narcissist is. They're envious and they're jealous of you, okay? And you'll never, ever be able to have a good relationship with somebody who's basically jealous. And you won't necessarily know because they'll never tell you that they're jealous. They'd never, ever give you that satisfaction of telling you they're jealous, but you'll see it in their actions. You see, somebody who's a happy person doesn't have to put other people down. People that put other people down are basically jealous of them. They've got to destroy you. They've got to put you down because it's all rooted in their jealousy. Something about you they're jealous of. It could be your confidence. It could be the fact that you're a strong individual and they just want to break you down because they're jealous, okay? So narcissists are jealous and envious, and these are horrible things to have around you in your life because they will try to hurt you, all right? So I hope this helps you. I went over 5 basic facts, you guys. I could just go on for hours, but it's hard. This podcast, is a little choppy because I had to record in between my son running around. We're off for winter break, so I'm going to podcast when I can, but I just wanted to give you a couple of, basic facts about the narcissist. I hope that helps you. And if it did, please hit the subscribe button and please share the podcast. If you guys are having a problem in your dating or relationship, or you're dealing with somebody maybe that's narcissistic, you don't know if they're a narcissist, or you're just having problems, you're in a toxic relationship, and you need some clarity on it, go to the link in the podcast description for my website where I offer email and phone coaching. If you have a quick question, just a quick question, and you want to get a video sent back to you answering your question, there's also a link there for Vizio where I will send you a personalized video answering your question. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Hi, you guys. I just want to let you know that the Game Exposed now has their merchandise available. Check out the link in the bio, and you could go check it out. There's cool hoodies, cool sweatpants, cool hats. So go to the bio for the link. And also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at The Game EXP 123, and also on Instagram, The Game EXP 123. Okay? And have a great day.